You didn't. I didn't teach them. I just created an environment where they taught themselves, and all I had to do was be there.
That's dedication. Visit fatherhood.gov to hear more. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
Why is WURD important to the community?
Thank you for asking.
Let me count the ways.
And it's one of the most important radio stations in the country.
WURD has always been a platform for Black people in Philadelphia.
We're one of the only Black-owned talk radio stations in the country. We're one of 4 in the nation.
You know, a lot of what's going on in the world today, I think, is a result of people feeling like they don't have a voice.
Without WURD, we wouldn't have such educated, loving, caring people of color who really are interested in what's going on in neighborhoods around the city.
WURD creates such a sense of community in the Black community here in Philadelphia.
It amplifies the voices that are mostly marginalized.
It allows you to speak and be heard and to create your own narrative, your own story.
It's a place where we can share our thoughts, our ideas, our dreams.
You control who and what you say about yourself.
Every community needs a hub.
We are 20 years strong, giving voice to the community, and without the community, there will be no WURD. We are one and the same, and it is not a game. WURD.
Celebrating 20 years of progressive Black talk media. We're bringing joy and power to the people. This is WURD 900 AM and 96.1 FM, Philadelphia. Streaming online at wordradio.com and the WURD Radio app.
The views and opinions expressed by the guests, listeners, and hosts of any program on WURD Radio do not necessarily reflect those of the ownership, management, or advertisers of this station.
This is a special WURD presentation. Welcome to EcoFest, a celebration of environmental justice, broadcasting live from One Art Community Center, 1431 North 52nd Street. Today's event is brought to you by the Alliance for Watershed Education, Keystone First, the Energy Co-op, True Leave, the Philadelphia Water Department, with support from the Fittler Club and Independence Public Media Foundation. And now, live from One Art Community Center, it's EcoFest.
I'm simply saying that life finds a way.
All right, people, write something on the board. Let's spell it. First letter.
L-O-G.
What's that? What?
It's time. It's time to have real, honest, open, difficult, and inspiring conversations. It's time for Love and Life on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media.
Well, hello there, family. Hello and welcome. Welcome to Love and Life with yours truly, Carol Riddick, right here on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media, on air and online at wordradio.com. So here we are. Happy Monday to you. Happy Monday, October 9th, to be exact. Oh, heavens to Murgatroyd. I hope you had an exceptional weekend. You hear me? I hope you really, really did. I am personally extending my gratitude, the utmost gratitude, quite honestly, to Florida, Houston, and especially Atlanta. A huge thank you and shout out go to my cousin Sherry, to Michelle, Linda, Sandy, Yolanda, and Harriet, because you all made Atlanta so memorable. I had a ball. So family, listen, I'm sending birthday love to you if you are celebrating a birthday. All right. I'm sending you all my love. All my love. Family, how was your weekend? You know, I ask you all the time. You know, I want to know all about it. And you know, I miss you. We don't spend time together. You know, I want to know. Did you watch the Eagles game? For those of you who are Eagles fans, go Eagles, Eagles. Did you watch that game? And if you're a cowgirl, sorry, pun intended. Well, sorry, not sorry. You know I'm teasing. Y'all know I'm teasing. Y'all know I'm teasing. I feel sorry. I feel badly for those of you who are Cowboys fans. That wasn't such a good game. Ooh. Family, listen, if you're on our socials, let us know. Send us some love on this Monday. You know, Nick Steptoe and I are waiting to talk with you as well as our guests for tonight. We can't wait to get the conversations started. So show us some love, if you will. You know you can do that by sharing a comment on our socials, and you can also do that by giving us a call. You can do that by dialing 215-634-8065. You can even call us toll free. You can do that by dialing 1-866-361-0900. That's if you'd like to share some love with us verbally. Oh, I love it. I love it. So listen, to you. Yeah, I'm talking to you. I'm sending all of my extra love and hugs to you if your light is shining just a little dimly. I sure am. Yes, I am. On behalf of your tribe and your entire village, I just want you to know that you are not alone. You hear me? You are not alone. So, family, I want to get started because you know this hour goes by so quickly, and I could talk to y'all through the whole hour. But I want you to meet one of my friends. OMG. He's phenomenal, I will tell you that. But he is a multifaceted international artist. He possesses a broad musical range, heavily influenced by the rich sounds of the cities that he's called home throughout his life. There's so much about this man that I want you to know that I'm going to shut up and invite you to the conversation with this phenomenal human being. His name is none other than Russell Taylor. Hey there, Russell.
What's up, Carol? Oh man, what a beautiful, beautiful introduction. Thank you very much. I hope I can live up to it.
Listen, oh no, listen, you do. You know what, family? You know, it's so funny though how people, well, how we see one another. Because you know, I say, oh, he's phenomenal. He's incredible. He's this and this and this, and you say, yeah. I mean, you know, I just do what I do. That's typically what we all say. I'm just grateful to be able to do what I do. That's what we say, right? Because we are.
Indeed, we are grateful. Indeed. But I would also like to take the opportunity to say that I feel the exact same way about you. I tell you what, whenever you open your mouth, it's like electric comes out. Even a speaking voice, I tell you what, great day.
Don't you do it. Don't you do it. Don't you do it. OMG. Well, you know what? I thank you from the bottom of my heart with every fiber of my being. Thank you so much for that compliment. I want to take some time to acknowledge some of our family members who are checking in. Gary, hey there, brother Gary. He is checking in. He's sending good love, good evening to everybody. And good love. You hear me, Gary? You hear me? But I know it's all love in there too. Gary is sharing a good evening with everybody. Sharia is checking in. Hey there, Sharia. Wait a minute. What happened? Sharia. Okay, family. Sharia just shared with me that there was another shooting at Bowie this weekend.
Yeah, this
What?
is crazy. Yeah, I have a niece that goes to Morgan. So earlier in the week, there was a shooting in Morgan, and I have a niece and a younger cousin who, so they were on lockdown in Morgan in Baltimore, which is a HBCU. And then my niece went to Bowie, which is another HBCU, to celebrate their homecoming because Morgan's homecoming was stopped because of this violence. And then there was a shooting at Bowie.
What is going on? What is happening? Well, first of all, have we gotten any information about the shooting that took place at Morgan? I can't even get it out. We were talking about that last week, and we were just, saying how we were all sharing information and saying that no one had been identified or caught or arrested And well, I asked the question. I couldn't understand. Nick, I don't know if you remember this. I was asking how in 2023, in October of 2023, we have no footage, no cameras, like nothing. No one was able to identify who was shooting. That just baffles me. It really, really does baffle me. So I'm curious to know. And Sharia, please help me if you know any more information. Did they identify anyone in the shooting at Bowie? Is it Bowie or Bowie?
It's Bowie.
It's Bowie. It's Bowie.
Mhm.
See that? See that? See that? It's this Philadelphia coming out asking. It's Bowie. It's Bowie. Oh my goodness. Oh, but to that, but I want to share. Alfred is checking in with us. He is sharing love as well. Alfred is saying, "Hey there, family." So is Stephanie. Hi there, Stephanie. Stephanie Starling, that is. We're getting love from all over the globe tonight. Sending love right back to you. Hey there, Malcolm.
What's
Malcolm
up,
is
Malcolm?
sharing.
Mount
And
Airy.
he-
That's where I'm born and raised.
Yeah.
Baby. Let's go.
West Mount Airy. Okay.
Airy.
West Mount Airy. You know I love it. I love it. And Heather, hey, beautiful. She is joining us tonight as well. And Sharia did answer my question. She shared not at all, that there was no information. So what is happening? What is happening, family? I wish I had a clue. I wish I had a clue. I can't even imagine the state of panic, the state of trauma, just everything that the students, the staff, everybody must be feeling in and around the area as well. I just can't. Hi there, Misty. That's my cousin, Kim
What's up,
Carroll.
Misty?
She's the only person that calls me Kim Carroll. Hey, Miss. So listen, family, I'm sharing this gentleman with you because he means the world to me. But I thought tonight, since we were giving, Farida couldn't be with us tonight. Typically on Monday, we share time with our resident clinician, Farida, Mrs. Farida Boyer. Well, Mrs. Farida Boyer couldn't be with us tonight. And I said, well, you know what? Let's do an artist spotlight. So tonight is all about different types of art. So we have you in our first hour, and we have a phenomenal guest in our second hour tonight. But I would love to share all of you with our family, especially since you have a performance coming up this week. I'm just going to put it out there on Sunday, family. Russell will be at City Winery here in Philadelphia, Sunday, October 15th, to be exact, right?
Yes. 7 o'clock. I'm at the City Winery. Come through and hang out. Play with me and the band. I'm playing with some of my Philly homies too, which is going to make it extra special. Yeah. So, yeah.
Okay, who are you playing with? Who's playing with you?
Stan Davis. My man Stan. And I got Tim Ragsdale on bass. And I got Ben. I don't know how to say his last name because I've never said his last name, but I think it's Coiler. C-U-I-L-E-R. Whoops, my bad. But Stan is my man. 50 grand. That's my man.
Nice. So you got Stan, Ben, who was it?
And Tim. Mm-hmm.
And Tim. Oh, yeah. That's nice. That's nice. So, okay, Russell, share with our family, for those who missed you, share it. Tell us about you. Tell us from where you come, all that good stuff.
My name is Russell Taylor, and I am born and raised in Mount Airy, Philadelphia, right up top, right off of 2 at Pleasant. And I'm a Philadelphian, but I'm also, to be fair, when I was 14 years old, I went to Julia Reynolds Masterman on 17th and Spring Garden.
Yeah.
I went to only 1 week of Central High School, and then my family moved to Maryland. So I finished high school in Maryland. So I'm born and raised in Philly, but I got a little bit of the DMV in me. I started out Philadelphia all the way, and if you get me mad, that's exactly what you see.
Philly all day. Philly all day. All day. So are you an Eagles fan?
You know what? I am not embarrassed to say, but I do not follow football. I kind of remotely, and my father's very disappointed in that fact too. But I would stay kind of involved until we had all of this stuff happen with our man with the fist, and then whatever limited involvement I had, I just kind of threw it out.
And as long as you didn't say you were a Cowboys fan, I'm good.
Oh well, yeah, no. I mean, my heart stays in Philly forever.
I'm teasing. Okay, family, let me just tell you, I am so teasing. I am teasing, okay? You
But
like
not
who you
really.
like, and that's all right. Right? Teasing. Really, but not really. So I do want to acknowledge some more of our family members who are checking in. Raphael. Hey there,
What's
Raphael.
up,
So
man?
happy that you could join us as well. Always happy to have you, family. So I'm curious to know, what does it mean to perform here in Philly? Well, the city of brotherly love and sisterly affection. What does that mean to you?
Well, Philadelphia, growing up, we all are centered in the fact being children of Black parents. We are all centered in the fact that our Saturday morning cleanups and putting on the certain music and stuff, and that is baked into me. So Gamble and Huff records, and we can continue Teddy Pendergrass. When I was a very little kid, I remember my parents and my siblings telling stories of Teddy Pendergrass and some of the band members hanging out and stopping by. And so growing up in Philadelphia is baked into me, and the history of the music, the culture, the food, all of these things, the plateau, Strawberry Mansion, like all of these things. Now, granted, I haven't lived in Philadelphia for a very long time. So for me to come back to Philadelphia and play is cathartic and very special. And it also I'm building bridges again, being able to come back and play again because of being gone for so long and connecting. Like I saw you this summer, Carol, where we were at a Grammy event by the water. And just walking by bookbinders, for the first time in decades was a trip to me, because it was part of our staple of going out for special dinners and special occasions when I was a kid. So
how about that?
Come back to Philly is connecting me to my roots, if you will.
Yeah, oh my goodness, Bookbinders brings back some great memories for me. It was special if you went to Bookbinders. It was real special. So Brother Malcolm is sharing that he is New York born and Philly raised. How funny is that?
Okay. I did a lot of time, Malcolm, in New York. I lived in New York for many years, about 15 years. I wasn't continuous, but I had my place in New York and Harlem for 15 years. So 153rd and St. Nicholas. So I'm a New Yorker too.
Wow. So tell me, how has your sound and who you are as an artist been influenced by the cities you call home?
Oh, well, let's see. So I already told you about Philly. Like I think that, as a Philadelphian, I know that my parents were very much, and my siblings are older than I by a bit, and very much invested in the music that they grew up with. And so thereby me being exposed and acculturated to the same music. Soul music is important. Patti LaBelle and the Bluebell. I can go down the list of we get to Philadelphia people and abroad, so we know what it is. So that's baked in with soul music and the tradition of soul music. Of course, gospel music. My cousins are both of my auntie and uncle still are ministers, AME ministers, but very much in the Southern Baptist tradition. And so gospel music being involved. And then moving down to Maryland, understanding Baltimore house music and getting into this up-tempo house and the drive of it. And then going to undergrad, all of the Black students were from the DMV area where I went to undergrad. So then I started to learn about this phenomenon called go-go music, and then all the syncopated rhythms and congos and things like that. And then spending time around the world at this point, traveling a lot, going abroad. I'm a Cancerian, so I'm a very sensitive, and I'm like a sponge, so I take in everything, all of the data and information. So some West Coast stuff, and then being abroad, particularly studying and living in London for a while, taking in some of the traditions of how important doo-wop music is, from what we can Motown, what we've taken, revisiting the Motown sound and what makes that so special. It's hard for me to give you a very simple answer. That's why I'm rattling.
No, you are not rattling. Listen, for family members of ours who are unfamiliar, they're taking it all in,
It all comes in. So I end up drawing on different sounds and education of music at any given time. So
I love that. Family, listen, if you have just joined us, welcome. You're tuned in to Love and Life with yours truly, Carol Riddick, right here on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media, on air and online at wordradio.com. We're going to take just a short commercial break, but know that the phone lines are still open, and feel free to continue to comment on our socials. Whatever you do, though, stay with us because we'll be right back.
What are you waiting for? If you've been enjoying the information and interviews WURD provides every day, or come out to our community events, it might be time to become a member. This year marks the 20th anniversary of WURD, and there's no better time to join the forward movement. Sign up or renew your sustaining membership at just $90, or your digital membership for just $5 a month. Join online at wordradio.com/membership, or pick up the phone and give us a call at 215-425-7875. Press 4 for assistance. The time to join is now.
What am I waiting for?
As we age, so does our brain. Some changes in our thinking, like taking longer to recall information, word finding, and greater difficulty with multitasking, are normal parts of aging. But not all changes with thinking and memory as we get older are normal. For example, vocabulary, greater understanding of meaning of words, and reading often remain unchanged or improve as we age. These kinds of changes as we age could be indicators of mild cognitive impairment, dementia, or Alzheimer's disease. At the Penn Memory Center, we often say, what's good for your heart is good for your brain. Research has shown that engaging in a healthy lifestyle can maintain and even improve brain health. Physical exercise, a heart-healthy diet, limiting alcohol intake, getting good sleep, mood management, and staying socially and mentally active can all optimize brain health. Interested in learning more about healthy brain aging? Check out our education and support resources for healthy brain aging at pennmemorycenter.org. At Penn Medicine, our mission is to improve the health of people we serve.
My mom has taken up going to the park to practice yoga. My dad's going to a club, but not a book club, a salsa club.
Finding new hobbies comes with age.
My mom has started getting lost and not knowing where she's going.
Becoming lost or disoriented doesn't. Confusion with time or place may be a sign of Alzheimer's. An early diagnosis can help improve the quality of life for your loved one. Learn the warning signs of Alzheimer's at 10signs.org. Brought to you by the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
This is your celebration.
Hi, this is Cuba Gooding Jr.
And Lee Daniels.
I just want to say congratulations to WURD 900 AM as the voice of the community.
Keep up the good work and continue to spread the word.
Yes, sir.
We're celebrating 20 years of progressive Black Talk Media.
What is love?
You're listening to Love and Life on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media.
I think I know what love
Hey there, family. Welcome back. You are tuned in to Love and Life with yours truly, Carol Riddick, right here on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media, on air and online at wordradio.com. We are talking with Russell Taylor, none other than the one and only Russell Taylor, who he's everything. He's a singer, a songwriter, an actor, a producer, a director, an activist, an educator, and the list goes on. But he's here to talk with us tonight about who he is, what he does, and also to share with us that he will be performing this weekend on Sunday, October 15th at City Winery. So you can come and experience all of that. Before we go to before we go to our socials, I want to go to the phone lines because we do have one of our family members calling to check in. I believe it's Ron on line 1. Hi there, Ron. How are you today?
Hi, Mr. Russell. I want to say to you, this is not ironic that this happened. And on Saturday, I was listening to Carol. They had one of her programs. I always listen, want to hear her voice, you know. And I heard Cal say something. And, you know, this month is Cal's birthday. And I'm just wondering what the listening audience would give me. It's just, you know, what they're going to do for Cal. But here's my point. I heard Cal say something on Saturday. She said, "Oh, I was very excited." And that's why she was responding with that beautiful voice. Right away, what came into my mind, what I'm going to give Cal. And Cal, I want to thank you for that program because you did. You know, I listened to all your programs. And that's the first time that I had heard that program where you had the young men that started their business in the trash department. That tape you did on them. And what was significant about that is your father. Your father knew the first millionaire trash man, Mr. Crumlish, from North Philadelphia, started out just like they were starting out with their business, with the truck and all like that. And I thought that was so beautiful. I thought that was so beautiful. And one other thing, you know, Mr. Russell, when we think about all the things that is taking place in our world and what is happening, you know, when you and Cal and all the artists, and yes, I'm going to be very biased when it comes to Cal, that talent she had, this was the way I see it, sir, that this was, and all the things that she can do with her education and everything like that, was directed in this way to help the children and to be an inspiration to the city of Philadelphia. Jesus never traveled no more than 90 miles. And Cal has not, she probably traveled long, and here's my point. It is a wonderful thing that we can have a giver that have God given her the gift. And she said that all of us here in Philadelphia, what a wonderful person. Now, I say this, I got a lot of artwork that was given to me. I'm 80 years of age, sir.
Oh, wow. You sound like a teenager, brother.
And play with me, young boy. Look, listen. Sister Edith, I know you know Roy Sojourner and them from Germantown, that I knew their family up in Germantown. What I was getting ready to say is that what's so important to me, Sister Edith from the Nation of Islam, I go back with that family for years and years. She is a painter, and her painting self was pretty good money. And she did a story on me on the River Nile with the butterflies flying around me. And I'm just looking at all these things that the givers in life. And it's not all the expensive gifts in life, gifts that will last you a lifetime. And your music and Cal music will last people for a lifetime. Cal, one other thing, when I listen at the program on you do on Saturday night, going into Sunday morning.
Yes.
Yes, I with that music there, I wish you would change up a little bit.
Okay.
That one record in there is so beautiful. I like the way your hair looks. I like the way you dress, all that. That's real old school. I think that was about LaVarge and them, wasn't it?
It was.
Huh?
It was. It sure was.
Yeah, all right, but let me get off with this. And once again, Mr. Russell, you know, Russell from the Stylistics, and wrote together, and me and him played basketball for Temple University. And because of Russell's talent and my talent in basketball at Temple University Hospital, a lady wanted to take me to Chicago. Man, I'm a man. I'm a doctor, a woman. And when I'm saying my cup runneth over, and Carol, your birthday, once again, and you and Mr. Russell, I'm not panning you and Mr. The gentleman. I hope that God bless y'all with health and strength. And you know this thing, Cal, that I don't know if you listen at the station where they're doing on this breast cancer. I was telling my granddaughters in particular to get those checkups. And I know that men have that to get that type of disease too. So continue to sing, Mr. Russell.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're doing, Cal. And your legacy will read this. Out of all the things you have done, Cal, you and Mr. Russell singing like y'all, Let it be written these words. Lord, I tried. That's
Amen.
Because your effort and your trying, Cal, you don't know how many persons, you don't know the numbers, but you do know you have uplifted someone, the best being who you are, beloved. And I want you to share them tears of joy in your life as you take inventory in your life. And as I said to your family on this radio, I said to your family on this radio, and when I came in, one time I heard that you wasn't feeling well, beloved. I didn't even know you that well. And
I remember.
But I came that famous street to say, Miss Cal, let me share this with her. It's the healing. So
I remember.
Thank you for bringing me joy in my life. All of y'all, thank you.
Thank you so much, Ron. Always, always, always. Family, that is Ron, our beloved. And Ron, I don't know if I say it to you enough, but we so appreciate you. We love you and we thank you for your positivity and for your transparency. I want to go to our socials for a moment. Some of our family members are checking in. Miss Julie is checking in. Hi there, Miss Julie. Cheryl is checking in as well. Hi there, beautiful. Good evening, she shares. And Drina Ross shares that she's watching from the sweetest sides of Detroit, Michigan in the USA. I love that. I love that. So Malcolm, he says his early childhood was in Brooklyn, Crown Heights, East New York, Lefferts Ave. He's been there since 73. So he's a Philly Yorker, if you will.
I love it.
I love that too. I love it. So I want to know. I've shared with our family members, titles basically, different things that you do. But I know about your series, Soul Versations, but they don't know. So would you please share with our family members about Soul Versations?
I can and I will, but can I say something else first, though, Carol?
Absolutely.
I want to say how just lovely it is that you have this testimony of one of your beloved callers that is a frequent caller, just speak such good energy over you and good life over you. It's just wonderful. I just wanted to say how wonderful. And the brother is 80 years old and he's out here doing it. And I just wanted to say this is what this business is all about. And you just had one beautiful manifestation of it. And I just wanted to take a second to say that. It's awesome.
Oh, Russell, thank you for that. Because I tell our family members all the time, I don't take it lightly. I don't take it for granted, and I don't take it lightly at all. And I say it. I try to thank them often because
Absolutely.
It's so important for all of us to pour into one another positively. And so I thank you for that. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. All right. So this Soulversations thing, right? So Carol, picture it. It's like in Golden Girls where Sophia says, picture it, 1922, right? So pandemic is just hit. We're all going into lockdown. I was actually in Los Angeles recording the next project, working with an entirely new team, and everything started shutting down. And probably by the second week of shutdown, it was kind of like, okay, look, you might want to go back east. Be close to your family because my mother had just passed just before lockdown. So be close to your father, and then we'll probably pick things up in about a month or two. And then 2.5 years later, boom. So I'm in the DMV, and the guys that I play with here, guys and girls that I play with here, everybody is starting to go stir crazy, and it wasn't just because. It wasn't just because money was tight. It was because, we live and breathe this at this stage in our lives and our careers. This is, what we do is like an appendage. So when we can't do it, it's like, oh, what's happening?
Right.
So one thing led to another, I started connecting some dots, and a friend of mine, a very dear friend who was the director of a theater consortium in Washington, D.C., said, look, I have some money to spend that is part of this budget. What you got? And I said, it's funny you should say that. I have a whole proposal. I tried to get it to you. No, I didn't have no proposal yet. I had the idea. So I spent
Right.
36 hours typing and editing and clip art and all that stuff. We threw it together and Soulversation was born. And I remember during the time that I kept telling myself, you have no idea what you're doing. This is too big of an undertaking. This is too much. You can't manage this. You don't know what you're doing. And I just kept pushing anyway, which is part of being Black.
But you know what?
You know, and part of being independent artists, independent creators, is that you got to do it anyway. And I mean, real talk, if we're going to be existential about it, it's also part of being like successful. You have to be afraid and do it anyway.
You sure do.
And so we did our first buy. So that was proposal was submitted in like August, and we did our first season taping in October of 2020. And this was really in the midst of we were still in the midst of the first big pass of COVID, where people were unfortunately still dying. And there was a lot of protocol in place. There was a lot of rules that we had to follow, and we got through it. And we limped through it, but we still got through it. And then the second year came along, and we got a little less money because we lost a year of fundraising for the Theater Consortium. But we got an opportunity to learn from the mistakes. And it was not just me, it was a village of us learning together. And we got through the first round of mistakes, figured out how to cover the mistakes for cheaper. And then we shot our second season, and it was even better and even prettier and great. Learned some more. And now we are preparing for our third season.
I love it.
And the third season is going to be co-produced by PBS.
I love it. I love it. I love it. So, you know what? Before we go into a commercial break, I'm going to ask you this question, but when we come back, I'm going to ask you to answer it.
Okay.
So, when you tell us about the preparation and all that went into Soulversations, well, maybe we do have time for you to tell us what exactly it is. So, are you conducting interviews? Are you performing? Are you?
I got you.
Yes, for our family members who are unaware and who may very well, have an interest. So
sorry, I'm sorry, Carol.
No, go ahead.
Soulversations is a show. It was intended to be a television show when I wrote it, but we were just web, and where Russell gets to talk to other artists, particularly Black artists that are, that live and breathe their art. And it not just limited to music, all types of creators. And how does being Black show up in your artist practice? And then being able to safe space to be able to talk one-on-one with another artist, another Black person about, well, when this happens, this really makes me mad. And, and sometimes you need to be able to talk to someone else that looks like you in order for you to have those shared light bulb moments. Like,
how about that?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
How about that?
So and then the artists get to perform. And being the executive producer, I'm the host, but I'm also one of the executive producers. And being that, I get to choose the songs and I get to put together the show in the way that I see the artist. Of course, honoring the artist's original and, artistic vision, but I get to be able to, I get to present an artist in a loving way that does not exist so often when it comes to Black artists.
You know what? So I love Soulversations. Let me say that. Just put that out there. But the other part of it is that
get yourself ready, Carol. Get yourself.
Yeah. But as a creative, we were all looking for outlets in the midst of the pandemic chaos. And I started my podcast. I had conversations inside the music. So we were all reaching out to one another. I didn't even realize it when it was happening, but we were all reaching out to one another, which is such a beautiful thing. We were. Well, because we all knew how much detachment we were feeling in the moment, how, because listen, creativity is fluid. And, we weren't able to create. Family, listen, I'm talking with Russell Taylor, and we're talking about a few different things, but it's time for us to take just a short commercial break. But again, know that the phone lines are still open, and feel free to continue to comment on our socials. We will be right back.
Halloween is sneaking up, so get ready to freak out on fun. This year, the Pennsylvania Lottery has a Halloween treat for you. It's the new $5 Make Me Witch Scratch-Off with top prizes of $100,000. The Make Me Witch Scratch-Off features a moon multiplier, giving you the chance to multiply any prize. Grab the new Scratch-Off today. It's here for a limited time only. The Pennsylvania Lottery benefits older Pennsylvanians every day. Please play responsibly.
Walking into the building for the first time after the shooting, it was crippling, but it had to be preserved.
In response to the Pulse nightclub shooting that affected the LGBTQ community, Barbara Poma, owner of Pulse, founded the One Pulse Foundation to honor Pulse victims and survivors.
If you're an ally of this community, speak out. There are more of us together than apart. It is the power of love in its rawest form.
Join the fight for LGBTQ acceptance. Learn how at lovehasnolabels.com. Brought to you by Love Has No Labels and the Ad Council.
October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and here's some information from the Centers for Disease Control on some of the warning signs of breast cancer. Look out for a new lump in the breast or armpit. Be aware of the thickening or swelling of part of the breast. Do you notice irritation or dimpling of the breast skin, redness or flaky skin in the nipple area of the breast? Are you experiencing pulling in of the nipple or pain in the nipple area? Nipple discharge other than breast milk, including blood? Do you notice any change in the size or shape of your breast? Are you experiencing pain in any area of the breast? It is important to note that these symptoms can occur for reasons other than cancer. That's why it's important to schedule an appointment and share these symptoms with your doctor. So this October, be proactive, schedule a mammogram, and tune into WURD Radio for more information on breast health. This breast cancer awareness vignette was brought to you by Keystone First.
Let me tell you something, and don't you ever forget it. Success is nothing without someone you love to share it with.
You're listening to Love and Life with Carol Riddick on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media.
Hey there, family. Welcome back. You're tuned in to Love and Life right here on WURD. We are talking with Russell Taylor, who will be performing on Sunday, October 15th at City Winery at 7 p.m. He's a phenomenal artist. I'm telling you. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. So, Russell, you shared something. You were talking about the loss of your mother. And I'm curious to know, and I'm asking this. Well, I'll tell you after I answer the question. But
come on.
Yeah. So, was your creativity affected in any way, and if so, how?
Listen, I got a little bit of a potty mouth, so I'm really trying hard.
Listen. Don't you get me put off the air now?
I know. So, my entire life, every cell in my body has been affected by my mother's passing.
Yeah.
So to answer your question, yes, my writing, my performance has totally been affected. I had to say too, I told you that I was out in California and I was writing and recording. I'd actually started the summer before. My mom had been sick. She actually, long story short, what ended up actually taking her down was that she had, and by the way, this actually is a good cautionary tale as well for our people, especially for all people, but specifically our people, because we just dug it out way too much. But
We do.
my mom suffered from vascular dementia. So, and she had a mild stroke, and she had managed diabetes, and it was managed.
Okay.
She had a mild stroke, and then that mild stroke started causing a bunch of unforced errors. Things like, low magnesium. Magnesium is one of the electrolytes that our heart needs to work. Magnesium, potassium. I'm not a medical professional, so I'm not giving medical advice, but so low magnesium. And then she had a little trouble. She was in the hospital for about a week. She had a little trouble walking. So they suggested that she go to rehab for a week or two just to get her strength back. And she was fine, but it was the beginning of like small bunch of mini strokes and the electrolytes, and then the urinary tract infections, particularly for men and women, particularly older people. And the urinary tract infection started throwing things off, and it oftentimes slips under the radar of healthcare professionals because
Right.
So, sorry for that detour, but in essence, I was already started recording in the summer before. My mom had a long illness that led to when she finally passed. And when as soon as I never stopped recording. There were delays where I had to wait maybe 3 weeks before I could go back to Los Angeles to start again. But immediately after my mother passed, I scheduled like back-to-back sessions. And at that time, my writing was a little difficult.
I'm sure.
I felt like creatively, it was hard to open the gate. You open the gate and then you can't pull it back,
Oh, yeah.
Focus, So
that's why I asked. I was curious to know.
Now, when I know you got a story to share with me. I can tell by your face. So
this is all about you.
I'm sure there's something in there. But I will say the first recording I did after my mother's passing was only 3 days after she did pass. And the visceral, and we were cutting, something happened with the schedule, so we actually didn't go. It was at Corey Rooney's studio. We didn't get to the studio, it was like double booked, so we actually cut in the hotel room. And the visceral, when I heard this stuff back, like I was there were a couple of women and producers and stuff, and like when I finally came to after cutting, like both of them were like, because I was singing.
I can only imagine all of what was in that recording. I can only imagine.
I was singing for the blood on that. And
I know you were.
And I haven't quite gotten back to that yet, to be perfectly honest. That was in 2020. I do think that there is freedom and dimension and depth yet on the other side of this. But stubborn human man that I am, I have not been able, even though I'm a Cancer and super sensitive, I have not been able to get on the other side of this gate quite yet.
But listen, I know that you Cancers, I know you listen, you come out, you share a little bit, and then you say, let me grip it back up. I do want to share with you, one of our family members is sharing that he is loving you. He said, I love your guest. Just love your guest.
I appreciate it.
That was Brother Gary Bryant. Brother Nasir is checking in as well. Hey there. I was wondering, I said, now where is Nasir? We talked about the Eagles. We talked about the Cowgirls. I said, where is Nasir? Where was Brother Malcolm? I mean, the Cowboys. I'm sorry. Eric is joining us as well. Just Rick. And he was curious to know if you were still going to be at City Winery, but he said, You answered that question. And yes, he will. Yes, he will. My cousin June. Hey, June. June Nixon. She's joining us as well. So, Russell, I'm looking at the time. And I want our family members to be able to find you online. And I want you to please share with them once again about the show and what they can expect to see at the show. All that good stuff.
Oh, you got it. So my socials, I'm on I'm R Soul Star. So that's R. And you know where the R Soul Star comes from. It comes from my girl Cal Riddick and her pretty voice singing on Music Soul Child. Soul Star.
Oh,
with your singing eye. That's why. That's my email, all my stuff. R Soul Star.
You know,
on Instagram and Twitter and TikTok. And I will be at City Winery this coming Sunday, October 15th at 7 p.m. You can still get tickets on the website. And follow me. You never know what you're going to get. So
you don't. I love that. I love it. I love it. We're going to take one caller just before the top of the hour. But Gary is on line one. Hi there, Gary. Thank you for calling.
Hello, Carol. I wanted to say hello to you and also to your guest. And while I was listening to the interview, I have my youngest son is a musician, up and coming. He was all city at a School of Performing Arts.
Oh wow!
He attended the University of Arts, and also we know Gerald Beasley very well.
Yes.
The private school. They both went to the same private school a long time ago, up near St. Joe, owned by a African American couple. And my son, he's so dedicated to his craft. And matter of fact, he has a show this Saturday. He has, but he's really low key with stuff. He works hard, so he's working a little job, part-time position as a teacher. But he's doing big things with his music. He got recognized. I forget the name of the cafe. It's on 30th and Walnut. About a year ago, as new up-and-coming artist, he was awarded his name. His name is Marcus Bryant. He calls himself Indoor Eve.
Indoor Eve.
I like that. I like that.
Yes. So
I'm writing it down so I can go and check it out.
He would probably be mad at me now, upset with me, I should say, if I was speaking about this, but I'm so proud of him. He taught himself to play the bass when he first started.
Wow.
And he got a chance to meet, by being involved with Gerald Beasley's bass boot camp, he got to meet James Jameson Jr. I have pictures of them together, and he raved about my son, about how talented he was. So saying all that, I just want to, first of all, thank WURD for existing, to have the opportunity for our people to come in and talk and listen and motivate, our people in different areas and different disciplines. I can't say how much I cherish having this radio station and this media available to us. And Carol, I got one more thing I want to say.
Okay.
Nixon's?
Yes, my family.
Okay. Well, you're my family too, because my cousin.
I love black people. I love black people.
How are we related, Gary?
My cousin Nicola is married to Shannon.
Shut up! Oh, yes.
My her father, Nathaniel Felder, he was a big time athlete here in Philly. He was at Southern High, all city football and basketball. He's my first cousin, and that's his daughter.
You know what? Hey, cuz. Yes, you're talking. So family. For those of you who are listening or wondering, Shannon is my cousin Shannon, and we call him Pop. We've always called him Pop.
His 50th birthday. I can't remember what age it was. But anyway, I was at his birthday party. Don't let me say age. I was at his birthday party. My cousin, she called me. She says, "You better be there, Gary," because her father and I were so close. So I kind of I don't want to say fill that void, but we were so close, and there's no way I wouldn't be there for her, help her in any way I could. So
I love
it. Just wanted to let you know that.
Well, hey, cuz. Oh, well, look at this. I love it. Hey, cuz. And thank you for calling. Thank you.
Please keep doing what you do.
Oh, God bless you, Gary. Thank you so much for that. Thank you. Russell, I want to thank you for coming to stop by and share, spend some time with us. I hope that you will come to visit us again sooner than later. Okay. And look, let them have it, okay, at City Winery. Let them have it.
my
That's
best.
Sunday, October 15th at 7 p.m. at City Winery here in Philadelphia. Family, listen, we've got another great guest coming up for you in the next hour, and I cannot wait for you to meet her because she's fabulous and phenomenal. But right now, what we're going to do is take just a short commercial break. So stay with us, okay, because we will be right back. Bye, Randall.
It's the WURD Hot 60. Hot 60. Here's the hottest 60 seconds you missed this week on Reality Check.
My friend Dr. Cornel West is fond of saying or asking this question: what can a blues nation learn from a blues people? That's Cornel West. This is a moment right now where Black folk are called upon to do what we've always done, which is to redeem the soul of America. Joe Biden is not president. Whatever you think of him, he ain't president if not for Black folk saving his campaign in South Carolina. And so, as always, when democracy is hanging in the balance, Black folks step forward, and we always save this democracy, oftentimes from itself. In a moment like this, where this democracy is a fragile situation that could fall apart at any time. Every empire eventually has a reckoning, and I believe it's up to Black folks to do what we've always done, to save this democracy from itself, to redeem the soul of this country. And you can't do that if you don't have platforms that amplify the voices of our people. So West is right to ask that question: what can a blues nation learn from a blues people? Well, we got to be heard, and that's where I think talk radio comes in.
And that's your hottest 60 seconds this week from Reality Check on WURD Progressive. Black Talk Media. Word Radio Digital Tip of the Month with Stephanie Humphrey is brought to you by Comcast.
Voice cloning is one of the latest artificial intelligence scams happening right now. You might get a phone call that sounds like a family member telling you that they've been kidnapped and need money, or maybe you get a call from someone claiming to be from your bank telling you that your account has been compromised. Either way, the conversation sounds perfectly real and legitimate. So what do you do if you get one of these calls? First, hang up and call the person back or text to verify the call. Have a code word that only gets shared among family members that you can ask the caller for. Ask for a customer service number and never give any personal information to someone on a call you didn't initiate. Unfortunately, anyone's voice can be cloned, and the technology is getting more sophisticated every day. So it's up to us to be even more aware of the potential for scams. Stay tuned to WURD for more tips and stay connected with us at wordradio.com.
Tune in to Word Radio this Saturday at 10 a.m. for Saturdays with City Council. Join conversations that matter to your community with your local City Council members.
Word Radio is sharing a harvest for the world. Now through December 31st, visit wordradio.com to find information on upcoming give back events in the Philadelphia area. If your organization is hosting free clothing giveaways, food drives, free workshops, community dinners, and more, please share the details using the form on our website. Visit wordradio.com and look for the Harvest banner. It's harvest time, and we're sharing information on those giving back to the community. The Harvest is brought to you by Comcast, Pico, Keystone First, and the United Way. We are WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media.
No young person should ever have to worry about having a safe place to sleep at night, or a warm meal to eat, or whether anyone cares about them.
But the reality is, 1 in 10 young adults will experience a form of homelessness this year.
But the good news is, there's an organization making a big difference. Covenant House.
For over 50 years, Covenant House has been helping youth in crisis and giving them the support and the tools they need to succeed in life.
I have no words to express how Covenant House changed my life. They just really genuinely just wanted to help me succeed, and I'm succeeding.
When youth who are experiencing homelessness have a hot meal, a safe place to sleep, and love, most of all love, they can overcome heartbreaking challenges, and their lives are transformed.
Covenant House is changing the lives of young people in cities across America.
To learn more, go to covenanthouse.org today. Thank you for caring.
We're bringing joy and power to the people. This is WURD Radio, 900 AM and 96.1 FM, WURD, Philadelphia. Celebrating 20 years of progressive Black talk media. Streaming online at wordradio.com and the WURD Radio app. You're listening to Love and Life with Carol Riddick on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media.
Well, hello there, family. Welcome back. Welcome to the top of the second hour of Love and Life with yours truly, Carol Riddick, right here on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media, on air and online at wordradio.com. So here we are, Monday, October 9th. We just talked with Russell Taylor, who will be performing at City Winery this weekend on Sunday. He's a great guy, but he's a awesome performer, just awesome. Now, for those of you who are wondering, who are saying, where is Farida Boyer? I'm going to tell you. She couldn't be with us tonight, so I thought we would do something different. I thought we would, share a spotlight on the arts tonight, because we have, listen, you all hear me say it all the time. We are phenomenal. And I love, love, love sharing us with one another. I truly do. I just truly do. So the next individual and phenomenal human being I want you to know and meet is a Philadelphia-based multimedia artist whose exhibit Wildest Dreams is currently on display at Philadelphia's Magic Gardens. Now, I want her to tell you everything about her. So I'm going to invite you now to the conversation with none other than Zeinab Diomande. Hello there, beautiful.
Hi, Carol. How are you?
I will not complain. Thank you so much for coming to spend some time with us.
Of course. Thank you so much for having me.
Listen, there wasn't even a second thought. It wasn't a second thought. I said, oh. Now, I was going to share with our family members because there was some information sent to me. And then when I was doing research, and I said, wait, okay. First thing I'm going to ask her about, what's coming. First thing, family, they sent me this, and it reads, she's also known as Z the Rat. I said, no. What? What? Excuse me? So please share with us and tell us what that means. From where did that come?
So when I was in high school, I had some interest in rodents and little creatures that live at night. And I remember sharing a video with one of my friends, and they looked at it and they were just like, "Oh, you like rats?" I was like, "Yeah." Listen. So they were like, "Yo, you like rats?" I was like, "Yeah. I mean, they're creatures just like we are." And then they were like, "Okay, see the rat," and I was like, "Okay."
Okay, you know what? I'm going to pause that conversation for one moment, only because one of our family members is on the phone, but I want to know more about this fascination. You hear me?
Okay.
Family, I believe one of our family members has been holding. Tyrone, is that you? Are you still there by any chance?
That is I. How are you?
Beloved, I am well, thank you. How are you?
Look, God is in the loving, blessing, and holding up business, and let me telling you,
yes,
you are doing it very, very well this evening. So to your guest who you're speaking with right now, to the brother, we need these feel-good moments. We need these moments where we are lifting one another up in goodness. And that brother, when he was speaking to you, I'm telling you, you can feel the energy just coming through the line, coming through the air. Because if you look around and see all the things that are happening around us, it is very important that we enjoy our feel good moments. Because right now, folks got to understand, if you don't know what love is, you better learn a way to find it. Because the only thing that's going to get us through the things we are going through is LOVE. So we thank you, sister. We thank you, sister, for joining us tonight, because I know there's going to be a lot of love sharing. And I'm telling you, today was so special because the One Love Art Village, phenomenal. And for our folks to be able to come and put together a village of such diversity within our community, I'm just telling you, it's a blessing. So I want to thank my WURD family for today. And I'm going to end with this, my sis. I went a couple of blocks down at the mall right there at 52nd and Jefferson.
Okay.
Black businesses. We had the McDonald's and the Laundromat Cafe. They was doing free, giving folks the opportunity to wash their clothes free today. And
wow.
Was also giving them, a meal as they was waiting in line to go into the laundromat. And to top it off, inside the laundromat, they was giving out books for the children. And my sister, I don't know if you know Diane Mills.
No.
You know what? I'm going to have to introduce y'all, because she is doing a lot of work in the community.
Please do, Tyrone. I mean that. Please do.
It was just so wonderful. It's wonderful when we come together and you don't see nothing but pure love. And to see children reading, to see folks washing their clothes and folks lining up, happy.
I love that. I love that.
And being fed. Thank you, Miss Dawkins, Miss Danielle Dawkins, who is the manager of 52nd and Jefferson McDonald's and the Laundromat Cafe. Thank you for lifting our community up. And thank you, WURD, for this wonderful program today. And you're putting the cherry on top with your program this evening. Love you, sis.
Thank you. Love you more, Tyrone. Thank you so much. Thank you. Family.
Sending you all kinds of hugs.
I'm receiving all of them.
Every angle of the world, I'm hugging you.
I'm receiving all of them, all that love. You hear that, family? Listen, if you have just joined us, you're tuned in to Love and Life right here on WURD. I mean, this is a love fest because that's what we do right here. We love on each other. We pour into each other positively. You hear me? That's what we do right here on Love and Life. And to that point, we got another family member here, another phenomenal family member. She is awesome. Her name is Zeinab Diomande. For those of our family members who are listening and are not watching, listen, she's just amazing. And I want her to tell you about her exhibit. But before we do, I want to acknowledge that one of our family members, Miss Rosalind Allen, is joining us. Hi, Miss Rosalind. She's sharing love with everybody, peace and love that is with everybody. And she said, Philly has got it going on. And I happen to agree with you. You know what? We have a lot. Listen, we've got a lot going on, but we have so much positivity as well. I know we have, we do have some things that are not as favorable, but we do have some positivity, one of which is our guest tonight. So Zeinab, okay, now I don't want to put too much time on this rat conversation. But I do want to know, from where did this fascination come?
So the fascination with like what
What
the
the rats? I'm going back to this
Ooh.
conversation. Wait, wait. We're not going to talk about it too long because listen. But I'm so curious because I don't know that I know another human being. I know of, but now
Yes.
that I'm meeting you, I'm so curious to know from where did this fascination come?
I started watching documentaries when I was in high school
Okay.
about rats.
Okay.
And
I don't know why it makes me laugh every time you say it. I say, "Oh my goodness." But okay. Okay.
I was watching a lot of documentaries about rats, and I was just having this growing fascination for them because I feel like for the most part they're like we see them as a very invasive species, but like they're very smart. They
Yeah.
know how to go get what they need. And I've always found that so fascinating. So I think that's where like the interest started growing and just learning about like they have a whole system. So it was just very interesting to me.
They
I've always
do.
had this weird, especially when you're
Well,
a teenager.
no, no, no. You know what? I mean, that I can understand
Mhm.
wanting to understand just them, how
Yes.
they move, how they operate, how they navigate, because you're right, they do have a system. They do have a
Yes.
system. They
Mhm.
really do. But this is what I want to do because I want our family members to know how phenomenal you are. That was just feeding my own interest, that conversation. Look at this. Miss Roslyn had to laugh too. She had to laugh too. But I want to know all about your exhibit.
Mhm.
Please tell us about your exhibit.
So my exhibition, Wildest Dreams, is an exhibition that basically revisits the themes of my childhood and how I used to like navigate my childhood. A big part of my childhood was through play and dress up.
Mhm.
So I've been like creating worlds like this like when I was a kid because the situation at home wasn't the greatest. So I
Okay.
always needed like an escape, and I've been finding that making little sketches here and there, like making little drawings of like my favorite magazines, like were just like really what was bringing me a lot of warmth and like a lot of joy.
Mm.
So that's really how my art journey started. Yeah. And that's
Mm.
like what I've been trying to do in this exhibition.
So it was therapeutic.
Very therapeutic.
I love that. I love, love, love that because I mean, what better way? What
Exactly.
better way? So what realities
Mhm.
does your work do you portray in your artwork? I should say.
So my work is a lot of, because like I mentioned, the situation at home wasn't the greatest, so I needed a way to like escape.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And through my work, I found that like tapping into the imaginary and like a lot of fantasy has been helping me. And I feel like that's something that I want also to give back to like, older and younger like Black generations, because I feel like we need to dream. Like dreaming is
Mm-hmm.
important. And I feel like most of the time, like we aren't granted that right to just like be there and like daydream and just like think about what there is for us out in the world.
Mm-hmm.
So that's like what I try to do in my work, like just showing people that like it's good for us to dream, like because we cannot always be on the go, we cannot always be the problem solvers, we cannot always be, fighting, like because like the biggest way to me for liberation is rest. And that's what I try to like
Mm.
communicate in my work, leisure.
Mm. Mm.
Hmm.
That's very interesting to me. So I love your accent. Let me say that. From
Thank you.
I do. I just love your accent. It's the cutest little thing. So, from where do you hail? From where do you come?
So I come from the Ivory Coast, but I was born in Virginia.
Okay. What a combination! What a
Yes.
combination! Wow. Born in Virginia. So, at what age, or have you visited? I should say. You said you say you come from. So your
Mhm.
people. Is that right? Your people? We have
Yeah.
people. Yeah, yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. So your family,
Yeah.
um, right? This just sounded so weird. Your people. So your family, the
Mhm.
majority of your family, are they still in on the Ivory Coast?
Yes, they're still in the Ivory Coast. I'm the only one. I mean, my brother recently moved here, so
Okay.
we're like two now. So it's not that lonely anymore.
Well, that's a good thing. I'm happy to know that. I'm happy to know. So, what kind of? I guess there's a combination of influences
Yes.
uh, in your exhibition, in your artwork. Please, for our family members who are completely unaware
Mhm.
of your work, can you
Mhm.
describe the visual? Can you describe a visual of your artwork for us,
So
please?
my work uses a lot of like vibrant colors. I'm really drawn to vibrant colors, colors like red, blue,
Mm.
yellow. Those are my main colors, like primary colors. Then you have the mixed media elements that I like to like use as like a metaphor for like the layered, like and complex, like um the Black experience, like how layered and complex it is. I feel like
Mhm.
mixed media elements, instead of like just using paint,
Mhm.
adds to the work and adds to that like metaphor of like the layers. um Other than that, we have I use people like to refer to my work as self-portraits, but I don't
Mm.
think they're self-portraits. I like to see my work as like me portraying the staging and performances of like alter egos. So like they're
Mm.
like characters that have my features but don't necessarily represent me. Something I like to do in my work is definitely like using bits of like the people around me to make up everything in my work.
Oh, I love that. So,
Thank you.
you know what? Some one of our family members, actually, Ms. Rosalind, she's asking, can we see a picture of something? Can we see a picture?
Let me see if I can show you a picture. I'm gonna have to move
Oh,
I have a piece. I'm gonna grab it. I'm gonna grab it.
wait. Okay, she's going to grab it for us. In the meantime, family, listen, we are talking with Zeinab Diomande, and she currently has an exhibition titled Wildest Dreams, which is on display at Philadelphia's Magic Gardens. Oh my goodness, she just went to grab one of our pieces to share with us, to show us. Wow, that is beautiful.
Thank you.
Oh, family, for those of you who cannot see, I'm so sorry that you can't, but I'm telling you, it's absolutely beautiful. It definitely, it really is. So, what is the title of that body of work?
So this piece is called Duality of the Web because I was working with the idea of the spider web and what it meant in like different African cultures.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I was more referencing Hausa culture because they like to see spiders and their webs as like they see spiders as like storytellers,
Mm.
and the
Oh,
webs,
wow.
yes, and the webs is like the different stories that they say, and like the weaving, and there's always like one system to the way they like weave their webs, but
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
every web is a different story.
I saw that on a documentary. I saw that. I
Yes.
did see that. I sure did. Actually, I want to share with you that Brother Malcolm shared that he sees it and he said it is nice.
Thank you.
Nasir, Brother Nasir, he shared it's very nice. And Eric shared, yes, it is stunning. So I
Thank you.
wanted to share that love with you from our family members. So I'm curious to know, are your pieces for sale, or how does?
My pieces are for sale. Like, not every single one of them in the show are for sale
Mm-hmm,
because. So I feel like I believe in the fact that if there's any kind of work that you hold dear to you, or
mm-hmm,
like that you feel like you cannot really separate yourself from, like don't sell them. And that's what
mm-hmm,
I've been doing with this show. There's pieces that I have never shown anywhere before that I decided to put in
mm.
the show, but I didn't put for sale because I still have some kind of strong relationship with them. So I don't really want to, part ways with them yet.
Right, that makes sense to me. That makes so
Mhm.
much sense. Family, listen, I know you have questions too, and you can feel free to share them on our socials. You can also feel free to call us, and because the phone lines are open, you can do that by dialing 215-634-8065, or you can also call us toll free. You can do that by dialing 1-866 3610900. We're talking with Zeinab Diomande, and we are talking about her exhibition at heavens to Murgatroyd, Magic Gardens, Philadelphia's Magic Gardens. The exhibition is titled Wildest Dreams. Tell me about that, the title alone.
So the idea of wildest dreams for me was really, like I said, like tapping into this idea of like the possibilities are endless. Like making my biggest fantasies like ever come to life. And also, like I said, showing people that anything is possible when you really set your mind to it. Because I think about how I started being in the arts. My philosophy teacher that I had in high school, this woman, I owe her everything. She really is the person that showed me the avenue of possibilities that were out there for me, and that I didn't have to do the things that people thought that I was supposed to do, such as like, getting a conventional job and like doing things like this. Like she was like, I see you drawing in class all the time, put that pencil down and go and just go apply to art school.
Wow, she encouraged you.
Yes.
She really, wow, I love that. I had a teacher like that, Miss Carolyn Demby.
Nice.
Same thing, same thing. I know I can identify and relate
Yes.
completely and wholeheartedly. So, family, listen, what we're going to do right now, we're going to take just a short break, but remember, the phone lines are open and feel free to continue to comment on our socials. We're coming back with Zeinab Diomande right after this break. I'm Carol Riddick, the host of Love and Life. And guess what, family? I will be live. That's right. I can speak with you about the real facts and honest opinions on dating, sexual health, casual and committed relationships. Join me Monday through Thursday from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. The conversations will be served on a judgment-free platter and seasoned with unapologetic realness. So join me Monday through Thursday from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media.
Tailgating season is here. Keep things sizzling all season long with Dietz & Watson. Fire up the grill with perfectly smoked premium franks and sausages, or enjoy endless sandwich combos with fresh sliced meats and cheeses in a variety of bold flavors. There's something for everyone in the family. Plus, plenty of protein-packed snacks. Head to DietzandWatson.com to find a ShopRite store near you. Dietz & Watson. It's a family thing. Premium meats and artisan cheeses since 1939.
A promise is potent, born of intention, fueled by commitment. It's seeing things through, always showing up. And we know a thing or two about promises here at Susan G. Komen. Over 40 years ago, we locked arms with you toward one vision, a world without breast cancer. By investing in life-saving research and standing up for patient rights, we are shifting the system so all people everywhere get the care they deserve. Because if you've just been diagnosed and don't know where to turn, we've got you. If you can't afford the treatment you need, we've got you. And if you are driven to raise money to honor the best friend you've just lost, we have a place for you here. Because of you, we're supporting those who need help today while tirelessly searching for tomorrow's cures. Ending breast cancer needs all of us. Visit Komen.org and be a part of the Susan G. Komen community today.
What are you waiting for? If you've been enjoying the information and interviews WURD provides every day, or come out to our community events, it might be time to become a member. This year marks the 20th anniversary of WURD, and there's no better time to join the forward movement. Sign up or renew your sustaining membership at just $90, or your digital membership for just $5 a month. Join online at wordradio.com/membership, or pick up the phone and give us a call at 215-425-7875. Press 4 for assistance. The time to join is now.
What am I waiting for?
You're listening to Love and Life with Carol Riddick on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media.
Well, hello there, family. Welcome back. You are tuned in to Love and Life on WURD. We are joined by Zeinab Diomande, who is our guest in this hour, and she is a phenomenal Philadelphia-based multimedia artist whose exhibition, Wildest Dreams, is currently on display at Philadelphia's Magic Gardens. We've been talking with her thus far about her journey, her inspiration, all that good stuff. We've been finding a whole lot about Zainab. We're finding out a whole lot. Alfred is sharing that Wildest Dreams is a very inspirational title. And Ms. Rosalind, she shares that she can relate. They're priceless to you and only you, your bodies of work. And I can identify with that too. I definitely know how you feel. So you were talking with us about colors and
Yes.
materials that you like to use in your work. What kind of stereotypes, I'll ask, within the Black community does your artwork address?
So my work fights the stereotype of Black people being able to take up the burdens of the world. That's kind of primarily what I like to talk about. Always being active, expected to like be doing things all the time. I think it's important to value rest, because I think one cannot strategize and organize without resting. That's something that I feel like we've like been able to like witness over the years. And I was just thinking about how it's just impossible to just be able to function if we don't prioritize rest. So my work is really about emphasizing that like people, we need to rest. Like we need that moment of like dedicated to ourselves. And what better way of doing this than like, using myself first. And then like also having myself like reminding myself that I also need to rest. So that's primarily what the work is about.
But you're right about that. We can't show up as our best selves if we're
Exactly.
not well rested.
Mhm.
Yeah, and that's in every physically, mentally, emotionally. Yeah, you're not your best self if you're not well rested. So I can relate. I receive that. I receive that, Zainab. I receive that. So I'm curious to know,
Mhm.
what can we expect when we visit your exhibition at Magic Gardens?
I think I want people to visualize their wildest dreams themselves.
Ooh.
I want them to see that there's more for them out there, and there's so much more that they can accomplish. I like to think sometimes that the sky is the limit. We don't hear that often as Black people, but I think if you truly set your mind to it, there's nothing that anyone can take away from you and can stop you from doing. And
Mhm.
honestly, like I feel like I am maybe the proof of that. I moved all the way from the Ivory Coast to here to
Yeah.
pursue my dreams, from going to art school and now having a career in the field that I like. So it's yeah.
That statement alone. What
Mhm.
what was your what was your biggest challenge in doing that?
My biggest challenge, I feel like, were definitely people talking a lot, like because I had a lot of people back home who did not believe that I was gonna make it even in the slightest. Like,
Oh, wow.
yeah. I had even some family members that were like, "This is not gonna work. You'll see. You're gonna like have your face on the floor. This is not gonna work." I was like, "Listen, I'm a Leo."
You said to hear this lion roar. Okay.
Exactly. I am a
Okay.
Leo. Whatever I set my mind to, if I put in the work, I think it's going to work, and it did work.
So you came from the Ivory Coast, came
Hmm.
here to Philadelphia to study art, and
Hmm.
you were just by yourself?
Yes, by myself.
Shut up, but keep
Yep.
talking.
Hmm.
Wow. I don't know what. Listen, you know what? Family, y'all hear me. I sound so amazed, and I tell you constantly how amazing we are, don't I? I say it every day. I say it all the time. We are phenomenal. We're resilient. We are amazing, and I'm shocked that you can. How and why? How and why? But that right there. That is a demonstration of your dedication
Hmm.
and how much your dream meant to you, how important it was, and how important we needed to receive the messages you had to share because
Mhm.
you had to. Yeah, you were like, no. What made you choose Philly?
I made me choose Philly. I visited Philly. I came here with my family before, and I fell in love with the city. I fell in love with Philadelphia. I was like, this is where I need to be. This is it. Like, I'm not even going to think twice.
Wow.
Hmm.
What? See, we love hearing that, don't we, Philly? We do love hearing that. You said, I don't want to be anywhere else. I don't need to
Nope.
visit anywhere else. This is it right here. This is where I need to be, and this is where I am staying.
Yes.
So, was that transition difficult for you? Because I know that's totally different.
Mhm.
It's totally different.
It is. No, the transition was interesting because so Abidjan in the Ivory Coast, which is the main city,
Mhm.
is something similar to Philly, but like not quite. It's also
Okay.
like it's a big city. It's very fast paced. So I've lived in
Mhm.
the city my entire life. So knowing how to navigate a city was definitely not foreign to me.
Mm.
And moving to
Mhm.
Philly, like there's definitely some new things that I had to like, learn and like adapt to. But overall, like the city life was not very different for me.
That's understandable. That's
Mhm.
understandable. So, are there influences from the United States, from Philadelphia? Are there any influences in your artwork?
Definitely. One of the influences that I like is like definitely the culture. I
Mhm,
like to go to a lot of concerts and things like this. So like being out there with my friends, seeing things, like seeing people, like conversations, something that I like to do in my work a lot is like listening sometimes to like conversations that I have with people, and that's sometimes
right.
how my titles come, where my titles come from. That's how I title paintings, or like someone that I see, I'm like, oh, you look interesting. You know what? I'm gonna add that to my painting.
Wow, I love that too. So,
Mhm.
how do you come to have an exhibition at Magic Gardens? How did this come about?
So I met the curator, Chelsea Luster. We love
Okay.
Chelsea. I met her through the Mural Arts Fellowship for Black Artists in
Okay.
2021. And that's how we connected. We exchanged Instagrams, we started talking, and then maybe like, yeah, it was like this year, Chelsea reached out to me and she was like, listen, I need to give you an exhibition. Like, we need to do this. I was like,
Mm.
you know what? I'm in. If you're curating this, I'm in.
Oh, wow. Oh, I love that too. See that? I love that. Girl power. I love that. I
Yep.
love that. Family, listen. Hey, you. If you've just joined us, you are tuned in to Love and Life with yours truly, Carol Riddick, right here on WURD. Progressive Black Talk Media on air and online at wordradio.com. For those of you who can hear my beloved fur child, that's Chloe in the background saying hello to you as well. She's talking a lot tonight, just talking, just talking. But I love her, so it's all right. She's just saying hi. Family, I know that you too probably have comments, and I'm welcoming them. I'm inviting you to the conversation. So, because I know that you do, I'm inviting you to share them either on our socials or you can even give us a call. You can do that by dialing 215-634-8065, or you can even call us toll free at 1-866-361-0900. We are talking with Zeinab Diomande. We are talking about life. We're talking about art. We're talking about our loves because Zainab is sharing that she fell in love with Philadelphia when she visited, and she said, "No, I'm not going anywhere else. This is it. This is it." So let me ask you this: so you fell in love with Philadelphia. Had you visited other states or cities within the United States?
Yes, I went, but I visited only one place before I moved here. I
Mhm.
visited Washington, D.C.
Oh.
Yeah. I was like, DC is interesting, but I wouldn't see myself like spending the rest of my life there. Like, no shade to DC. We
Right,
love
right.
DC.
No shame to DC. We love the DMV. No shame to the
Exactly.
DMV.
I'm from the DMV myself, Virginia.
Right, right. So, okay, you were born in Virginia.
Yes.
So, I'm working through my mind. I'm processing the information
Mhm.
that you were sharing with us, having been born in Virginia. So, you went back to the Ivory Coast, or
Yes.
how? Okay, so your family, everybody went back to the Ivory Coast, and then
Yes.
you came to Philadelphia.
Hmm.
You left mom.
I left mom.
You did.
She let me go.
OMG.
She was like, "You need to fly. Just go."
Well, that's an awesome thing to have that encouragement. It
Hmm.
really is. I mean, to let her baby go. Listen, it wasn't as if you went to the next state over, or the
Exactly.
next city even.
Hmm.
You This is a long way.
Hmm.
And
No,
mom
it
said, "Go
really
ahead."
is.
She
She said,
said,
"Go ahead." She's like, You're growing up. You need to go. You need to see life for yourself. You need to figure things out on your own. So it's hard, but you need to go."
"Wow." But you know what? It's probably because as a mother, she identified that spark in you, and she saw
Hmm.
exactly what she knew you would become. She said, "Oh yeah, I don't have to worry about her. I don't have to worry about her at all." I do want to say hello to another one of our family members who is joining us, Miss Lily. Hi there, Miss Lily. She is sharing peace and love with everybody. Miss Lily, it's always a pleasure to have you with us too. Family, here we are, Monday, October 9th. I can't believe it. We're in October. I can't believe that. I just can't believe it. So, Zainab, what is next for you after this exhibition?
So what I have next, I am going to be in an exhibition, a group exhibition, um,
Ah,
in Los Angeles at a gallery called New Image Art.
you better get it. I'm not mad at you. You better get it.
So I'm going to be in the show. It's a very exciting show. So if anybody finds themselves in LA, definitely please go to New Image Art and see this exhibition. I won't be able to go myself, but I will definitely be sharing this everywhere.
Yeah, but your bodies of work will be there. You'll be represented well.
Yes.
And now, when is that? When is that taking place?
So the exhibition is October 21st from
Mhm.
6 to 9 p.m.
Okay. And how long will your exhibition be at Magic Gardens?
So this is going to be up until November 12th. So
Oh,
there's still about a
wonderful.
month left. Yeah.
Oh, that's wonderful. I love
Mhm.
it. I love it. Family, all right. So listen, it's time for us to take just another break. A short one, time for us to take just a short break. But I'm still inviting you to the conversation, as always. Feel free to call us because the phone lines are open. Or you can even comment on our socials. And I welcome you to do that because you're always welcome to the conversation. We're talking with Zainab Diomande. We're talking about this artwork of hers. But, well, you know what? Not just that, because she's a multimedia artist. When we say that, well, you know what? Before we go to commercial break, I'm talking into the break. But before we go, what does that mean? A multimedia artist?
So a multimedia artist means that it's an artist that works in more than one medium. Let's say
Hmm.
you have painting. I don't just do painting. I also work in animation, I work in sculpture. So this is like all those things that I do that make me a multimedia artist. So it's like multiple mediums.
So will we get to see a demonstration of all of the mediums in which you work through your exhibition?
No, at the exhibition, I only have paintings and I have an animation there too. Yes.
Ooh.
Hmm.
Okay, I want to know all about that. I want to hear all about that. But I was saying we were talking into commercial, but I got so excited, when I thought about them. I said, "Wait a minute, multi." Okay, so I want to know all because I was so focused on this exhibition and the
Hmm.
visuals that we would see there. And I know there's a theme, as well. We're talking about
Hmm.
wildest dreams, so I wanted to explore that. But now I want to know much more. I want to know everything, Zainab.
I'll tell
So.
you.
So, family, we are talking with Zainab Diomande. We're talking about all the mediums in which she works. We've abandoned the conversation about the rats. We've abandoned that. Although Eric told me not to be afraid. He he shared Hey, Lady Z Rats, don't be scared, Carol. I am terrified. Let me tell you that. Okay. I am terrified. Yes, I am. You heard me say it. And you will know too. If I see one, you will know how terrified I am. But in any event, we are now taking just a short commercial break. But family, stay with us because we will be right back.
Are you ready to party? The party is about to be on. Join us Friday, November 10th for WURD Radio's 20th anniversary celebration, an evening of Black excellence and elegance at the beautiful Fiddler Club in downtown Philadelphia. A cocktail reception gets us started at 6 p.m. Grab a bite, share a toast, or hang out with your favorite WURD host. And in recognition of this milestone birthday, we're bringing together the owners of the nation's 3 remaining Black talk radio stations, Melody Span Cooper of WVON Chicago, Tavis Smiley of KBLA Los Angeles, and WURD's own CEO Sarah Lomax exploring the future of Black independent-owned media. We'll have a special live performance with dynamic songstress Carol Riddick, and the house will be rocking with legendary DJ Gary O, spinning music from old school to today. To get your tickets, visit wordradio.com/20th anniversary. And remember, membership has its privileges. For WURD members can still continue to purchase tickets at a discounted rate. Your membership will be verified after purchase. Our 20th anniversary celebration is brought to you by Comcast, Bank of America, United Way, Keystone First, Wells Fargo, United Healthcare, and Mainline Health.
We gon' celebrate and have a good time.
WURD Radio Digital Tip of the Month with Stephanie Humphrey is brought to you by Comcast.
Like anything else in life, technology has an expiration date. Smartphone hardware gets old and starts to break down, and software becomes harder to keep updated. After a while, not updating your device or your software can cause functional issues like slower speeds and crashing apps or websites, and security issues that can leave your technology open to hackers as well. But how do you know when it's finally time to make that upgrade? Head to endoflife.date to search for your device or software. Find out what latest version exists, if your version has been discontinued, and if there is still support for the gadget you own or the software you're currently using. While your devices and software should still work past their end-of-life date, check out endoflife.date so you won't be unprotected and you won't sacrifice productivity either. Stay tuned to WURD for more tips and stay connected with us at wordradio.com.
King C. Gillette knows you're dedicated to your barbershop routine. But what about after? What's your routine for facial hair to avoid dry skin, itching, and beard rough? Well, the King C. Gillette Beard Oil is a perfect fit for making your beard feel as good as it looks. It softens your facial hair and moisturizes to help prevent itch due to dry skin. Get facial hair that feels as good as it looks. Just trim, wash, and soften with King C. Gillette.
What is love?
You're listening to Love and Life on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media.
I think I know what love
Hey there, family. Welcome back. You're tuned in to Love and Life right here on WURD. We are talking with Zeinab Diomande. And before the commercial break, I was asking her to tell us about the different mediums in which she works or creates, I should say, because it's all creativity. So, Zeinab, you were talking about visuals. You were talking about painting. You're talking. Well, actually, let me ask you if you can share with us again, for anyone who missed what you said. Can you share with us again about the different mediums in which you work?
So I work in painting, I work in animation, I also draw, and I sculpt.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
You do it all.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, I was familiar with two. I had no idea. So wait a minute. So okay. So now before we move further, I'm going to ask you if you can share with our family members how we might find you on your socials, or where we might go to find out more about you, so that they can see some some visuals of some of your work.
So you can find me on Instagram. It's at Z the Rat with two T's.
No, Z, no. See, when I read that, I said, huh, wait, what? Wait a minute. But all right, see the rat. Okay. With two T's. Family, did you hear this? Did you hear this? Baby said, Z the rat. You hear this? But okay, so we can find you on Instagram, you said.
Yes.
Z the rat with two T's.
Yes.
Why the two T's?
Because the name Z the Rat with one T wasn't available. So I was like, all right, I still need to put Z the Rat. So it's going to be two T's.
How is that even possible? Look at that. Malcolm is cracking up. He is cracking up. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay, so now where would we be able, I mean, that's the better question to ask.
Mhm.
Would we be able to see some of your other work in person, like your sculptures, or would we be able to see some of that work in person as well?
I'm really hoping in the near future to have an
Mhm.
exhibition where I can include all of them like at once. For this exhibition, I originally had in mind to have a sculpture, but people are people. Sometimes people take
Mhm.
things and live with them. So
Mhm.
and
Mm.
the opening was crowded, so it was a very, very wise from Chelsea to say, "Do not put the sculpture in there," because it was a
Right.
very small sculpture. And she was like, "I worry that somebody's gonna take this, put this in a bag, and go."
Mhm.
So yeah.
That makes sense. So what when you sculpt, do you
Mhm.
typically, is there you know, a subject matter or area in which you typically stay, or do you?
I like to see my sculptures as like extensions of my artwork, my paintings.
Okay.
So I will take an element from my painting and focus on that and make that as a sculptural element.
Oh wow. So do you do pieces together as well?
Yes.
I like that.
Hmm.
That's different. I'm not seeing that. I'm sure somebody is saying, Carol, you're just late. But I have not seen it, so it's new to me.
Yes.
Just to see the sculpture accompany the
Hmm.
painting as well. So you work in graphics as well. You do visuals
Yes. I
in what?
do animations. Yes.
Okay, so what do you do with animation? How do you work in?
So for animations, I generally like to have a story, but
Mhm.
like a non-linear story, because I remember my freshman year of college, I took a video production class, and my teacher was like, "Oh, you don't like linear stories, like you like stories that are just like all over the place." And I was like, "Yes, because my artwork is all over the place, so I need to like keep that theme going."
Wow. So now do you accompany in each area? Do you
Mhm.
join the pieces, like you have a sculpture, a painting, and animation that all fit the same story, or do you ever do that?
No, they don't all fit the same story. Like
Okay.
the sculpture would generally like I said have an element of the painting, but
Mhm.
the
Mhm.
video, the animation is generally something completely different because I feel like in those two medium especially I like to work differently but also
Mm.
like have certain themes, keep running. Um so generally my animations are like a little different from my paintings. Mhm.
Wow. I love that. I love that.
Mhm.
So Z, can you read Z? Look at that.
It's okay. All my friends call me Z.
I love it. Okay, Z. Okay, because we're family now. We're family. So
Yes.
Z, can you remind us again where we can see the exhibition Wildest Dreams, how long the exhibition is running,
Mhm.
and of your socials again, please?
So my exhibition Wildest Dreams is on view at the Philadelphia Magic Gardens. It's going to be on until November 12th, 2023. And my main social media, which is Instagram, is at ZTheRat with 2 T's.
I love it. I love it. I can't thank you enough for just coming to spend some time with us. You really are just a phenomenally talented human being. I just love it. I love it.
Thank you so much.
I love it. And Ms. Rosalind, she's in agreement with me. She's sharing. Angela Bassett said, if God is for you, who can be against you? You go, my queen. You got it going on. And we're proud of you, she writes. She also writes, keep up the great work. Once a Philly girl, always a Philly girl. That's
Period.
what she said. I know that's what, period.
That's what
I love it. I love it. So I'm happy though that you're not alone. You said your brother is now here as well.
Yes.
And I don't doubt that you get to visit your family from time to time.
It's complicated because I don't really go as often as I wish I would, because plane tickets are expensive and it's really all across the world. So it's complicated, but at the very least I get to talk to my mom like every week. So that's good.
I love it. Yes, mommy. We love our mommies. We love our mommies. Oh, Ms. Z, thank you. Please come back soon. Please come back and share with us again soon. And the other exhibit, October 21st, is it?
Yes.
In Los Angeles?
Yes, at New Image Art.
At New Image Art Family, for those of our family members who are on the West Coast, so that you can support Ms. Z, our beloved here. Again, Z, thank you for sharing your time, your energy, your attention, your spirit, your story, your energy, just all of that with us. We so appreciate you. We really do. And we can't wait for you to come back to see us again. Okay.
Yes. Well, thank you so much for having me. I appreciate this.
Oh, no. Thank you. Oh, see you next time, Z. See you next time. Family. OMG. So here we are. Here we are at the end of the episode. Here we are. It's Monday, October 9th. Just thank you. Thank you for always coming to share some time, sharing your time, your energy, your attention, your spirit. Just thank you so much, and your love. I just can't express to you and have you know and understand how much it means to me personally. Just that you do. I look forward to spending time with you all, and I miss you when I'm away. And I'm unable to do so. But praise God, from whom all blessings flow, as we wrap tonight's episode. Just thank you to all of our guests, both Zeinab Diomande and to Russell Taylor. Don't forget, Russell will be at City Winery on Sunday, October 15th. Zeinab, you can go and check out her exhibition, Wildest Dreams, at Magic Gardens. Just awesome. Just thank you to the entire WURD family, especially to Niall Jacks and to Nick Steptoe for all that you do. I mean that with every fiber of my being. Family, remember, we're all in this together. So be good to you, but also be good to those around you. Please. I'm sending my love, my prayers, and well wishes to the families in Bowie, and to those at Morgan State for everything that is going on down there as well. My prayers are always with us. You know that. But have a great rest of your night, family, and be sure to join me Monday through Thursday, 7 till 9 p.m. Eastern Time, for another edition of Love and Life right here on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media. I love you, but God loves you so much more. Don't you forget it. You hear me? All right. Have a good night, family.